how many songs do you think you've generated?
Oof. I would say in the hundreds.
You must have some really good tips and advice on how to craft the perfect prompt.
Absolutely. There's one approach where you give the model very precise instructions, and you can dictate BPM and key and when you want certain instruments or kind of instrument solos to come into the mix, and that works incredibly well. So giving the model more direction than less can help you dictate how the output works on a more granular level. But my personal favorite power of the model is actually letting the model do its thing from a creativity perspective. I think especially for artists and musicians who are trying to enable the model to spark creativity and get that first idea going, giving the model less and letting it get creative, which it really can from a musical perspective.
Any advice on how you iterate on top of your original generation?
I think the model does a good job of, saying, okay, I actually didn't like the guitars to come in that quickly. I want it to become 30 seconds later or a bit later in the track. And so at your follow-up generation, you're able to dictate, okay, this specific stem or this instrument, I don't want to come in yet. And the model does a good job of adhering to that.
I love that. And I've also seen that you can include and exclude specific styles of music.
You don't actually have to exclude like every single style apart from the one that you want. But if there are specific sounds that you know that like could be in, that's the place to really say, okay, I know electronic music of this genre typically has a hi-hat, but like I don't want that to be included. And that's where you would exclude styles.
Is there a specific prompt that you would be willing to share with us?
So I created a romantic jazz song featuring lush, expressive piano and a soft, velvety male vocal.
Under flickering lights we find our place, soft whispers swirling in the air.
So there you see, you have the word expressive before piano. It'll really adhere to the mood of what that means, as well as a velvety male vocal. Like that's not something you could really like create currently in a typical DAW, but that's something that you can create with the music model.
And is there a certain emotion or feeling you keep on going back to within your prompts?
From my perspective, the model does an incredibly great job of creating cinematic music. I think given how strong the quality of instruments are and that come out of the model, that's the style that I keep coming back to.
That's very true. I love how many different ways there are to fine-tune the song once you've generated it. Are there any final tips that you would give to someone that's about to try Eleven Music for the first time?
I've always kind of told people, figure out, how great quality the instruments are from this model. And by doing that, you can kind of write solo cello or solo violin or layered solo and solo cello with violin incorporated. I think you'll then see how high quality the instruments are, and it's a great way to test out the model.